joined by Tennessee head coach Kellie Harper. She'll begin with an opening statement, and then we'll go to questions. Coach.
Yeah, I'm really proud of our performance tonight. I thought our team was really locked in and focused on the game plan the last couple of days in practice, and it carried over. Obviously, Arkansas is a really good basketball team, and they pose a lot of challenges. They're difficult to guard, but is one of our best defensive efforts on the season, and really proud of our team.
Miranda and Cora.
Double-double out of Jillian Hollingshed. I understand that Arkansas wasn't as big inside, but she had moves and counter moves and just looked like a very confident post player in this game.
Jillian has actually had some pretty good practices last week into this week, and I felt like it was at some point going to pay off in the game. And obviously, the first run that she got, her minutes were really good. I thought she was solid defensively and looked confident on the offensive end and played really well. I'm proud of Jillian.
We talked about Jillian after the Mississippi State game when she only played 3 minutes. Just for her to kind of stick through that and keep working and to be able to have a game like this, just what do you feel like that says about her as a coach, about her mentality to stay the course?
Yeah, I think players have to understand sometimes it's not easy, and they've got to work. And when if you feel like you're in a slump, or if it's a slump, you're maybe not in a good stretch, you've got to get yourself out of it by staying the course, staying focused on what you need to do, and working hard. She's been working hard in practice, and again, she's looked pretty comfortable in practice. So I felt like we were on an upward trajectory. Just wanted to see it in a game, and she was able to do that.
Let's go to Casey and then Emily.
Coach, that was a lot louder. That first quarter that you guys had 12-0 run just started. Just how much momentum did that give you offensively going forward?
Yeah, I think the start was good for us. I think it gave us confidence, gave us some momentum. As a coach, knowing how Arkansas plays, there was no panic on their side. That's just a few buckets and then you got a tie ball game. They can score a lot in a hurry, and a lot of times when you watch Arkansas play other teams, you see big runs on both sides, and so. I was proud of our team for continuing and playing pretty consistent throughout the game.
Emily and then Jack.
A really complete win for a great cause tonight, and I'm pretty sure everybody who entered the game had at least 2 points. I mean, for a performance like this on a night as special as this, what did that mean for you as head coach?
Yeah, it is a special night, and this game means a lot to a lot of people. I think just being very blunt, cancer has affected a lot of people, and I think everybody has a story. Everybody's connected in some way, so I think you can relate. You as in anybody in the gym can relate. Obviously for us, it meant a lot that we were able to celebrate the life of Tasha Butts. And then adding on to going out and having a good performance, I think it's hopefully a fitting tribute to her.
Jack and then Caleb.
One rebound away from doubling Arkansas, completely dominant loss. How much momentum does that give you going into a tough challenge on Thursday against South Carolina?
Well, we did what we needed to do on the boards. South Carolina poses a very different look on the boards. Arkansas's game plan's a little different. They're going to get their defense set rather than crash the boards as hard. South Carolina not so much. They're going to bring the house on the board. So we understand what we're up against, but each and every game is different, and so we did what we needed to do on the boards in this game, and I'm proud of our team for that.
Yeah.
You talked about it earlier in the season a little bit with Jillian, how it's tough to play her with other players like Rakia because she also likes to face up when she shoots. A performance like tonight where she's posting up, using post moves, kind of scoring in different ways, how does that affect her minutes moving forward, and what's the transition been like for her growing into that kind of role?
Yeah, I think for her, being able, she hit a jumper, she hit a, 15-foot jumper. She looked comfortable out on the floor, but also she was working inside and getting those post touches. I think it's important for her to do both. I think for her confidence, but for our team, we need both. And, what we were able to do was play her with Rakia. I liked her with Caroline in there tonight. I thought that was a really good combination. So we have some options, and I think what Jillian was able to do defensively gave me a lot of confidence. I'm excited about that.
Laura, and then Maria.
Sorry, I'm gonna keep asking about Jillian, but you guys are obviously entering a very tough stretch of SEC play where your depth is going to be needed just for her to kind of come into herself now, and just how crucial can that be for the team, especially with the way that she's rebounding, she gets assists, and she looked really aggressive tonight.
Yeah, I think right now the biggest thing I think she needed for her confidence. I think she needed to see it in the game, have some positive plays, some physical plays, and obviously we know she can do those things, but now hopefully she's reminded she can do them in a game, and we do. I mean, there's no doubt going down the stretch, we need everybody. We need everybody to play well, and obviously seeing that from her tonight is just really good for our team.
Maria, and then Ryan.
Coach, I don't know if you're scoreboard watching yet. I do it all February in the SEC, and I can't make heads or tails out of the SEC right now. It is so, there's South Carolina and then everybody's bunched up. How big is this game? I mean, South Carolina's undefeated and at a different level right now. I think everyone sees that. How big is this game for Tennessee Thursday? You don't want to make too big a deal out of it. It is February, but how big is it? And then just an unrelated question, did you let Jackson stay up last night to watch the Super Bowl? Because I know he's happy this morning.
He is.
Not tired.
He is a Chiefs fan, hopefully in bed now. That's 2 late nights for him. We had a great time watching the Super Bowl. We had to calm him down a few times. He was pretty excited. We don't treat any game differently. And that may sound cliche, but it really is true. We won't prepare any differently. We'll have the same scouting report template. The game plan will be different, but the presentation will be the same. We do that so that there's a comfort level there, and then we're not picking and choosing which games are the big games. They're all big. They are all big. And, hopefully our players feel very confident about that. I don't know, Maria, the following scores in the SEC is very interesting each and every night. And, the consistent teams are going to rise. I think this year, one of the things that we have seen maybe a little bit more about matchups, because you're trying to figure out how this team beat this team, but this team beat this team, and a lot of times it's matchups, and everybody in our league is good. Everybody can win, and it's very competitive.
Ryan, and then John.
Against a team with a lot of shooters that can spread the floor, how do you feel like Tamari handled that defensive assignment, even though it's not her strength?
Yeah, I thought she had some good possessions. I thought she did a better job probably in the second half. I think we just have to continue to remind her, although she is a paint presence, and we need that the majority of the time, when she has to get out of the paint, she can, and she can move out there. I thought she got a little stuck in the paint in the first half and didn't move as much as we need her to, but she had some block shots, she affected some shots, she caused them to pull up for some jumpers, so the effect was there, no doubt, and so I think given everything, I think she did a good job tonight.
Coach, only 3 second chance points allowed. I know that Arkansas is smaller than other teams you face, but I mean, just as a whole, you've kind of alluded to it earlier. Do you feel like this is just the most locked-in stretch of days that you had leading into a game, and then obviously the performance speaks for itself?
Yeah, I think, again, we did what we needed to do with the rebounding. We had some good box outs, but, I don't want to, that's not their game. They're not going to get a lot of points there because they are going to go get their defense set. So I do understand that. But I do think our players were locked in today. And, I heard them talking about feeling good. They understood the game plan, and you can understand it and you can get it, but you've got to go out and execute it, and that's where I was really proud of them.
Jack and then Cora.
Just overall, from a defensive standpoint, holding them to 55 points, 24 in the first half. What did you like about how your team set up defensively throughout the game?
Yeah, I thought we did a nice job of 5 people guarding the ball. We didn't get overly gapped out. I thought we did a nice job of making the ball handlers a little uncomfortable. It wasn't easy for them, but I thought our work off the ball was really good. And I think sometimes you could get too gapped out against them, and it takes away your opportunities for help defensively. So I thought we did a really good job there. That's what I liked about it. And and they miss some shots that they make some games. But I like to think we had something to do with some of those.
Cora, Casey, and then Caleb.
Mike was in here earlier saying how appreciative he is of the way you schedule and how it benefits the league that Tennessee's schedule is tough. Just for you, I know you like to schedule tough. That's part of your experience at Tennessee. But is that also on your mind of the way it benefits the league? Because not everybody does schedule tough. And how bad tested do you feel like this team will be because of result?
Yeah, I think obviously we've played a lot of tough teams this year. There's no doubt. We played a lot of teams that have hopefully prepared us. Going into this game, I remember our players were calling out plays that we guarded against Indiana earlier in the season. So there was a little bit of carryover from some experiences that we had earlier this year. I think, at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for your team. But also, I think we understand our place in the league, and hopefully at the end of the year, it's a positive, not a negative.
What about the play on the boards? Would you like to see carry over to South Carolina?
I think our discipline. I think we had some good box outs. We'll have to be a little bit more physical, no doubt. But I think just getting the job done. At the end of the day, whatever that job is, getting the job done, and that's what we did.
Caleb and then Maria.
From a mentality standpoint, kind of confidence, how important was it to have a good shooting night tonight, coming off of the Alabama game where it didn't shoot well, going into such a big test on Thursday?
Yeah, I think our team was pretty confident coming in. We had, we were able to get a couple practices here in the arena. I think that was good. We had some groups in here shooting, so we got quite a few shots up the last couple days. So they felt pretty good going in. But it is good. There's no doubt when you see shots go in, it affects you, and hopefully we can get to the point that we can continue to do some positive things if those shots don't go in, and we can adapt to the game. And but for us, fortunately tonight, we were shooting it well enough from the perimeter and sharing the ball. I think it starts. We got the ball inside. We got the ball inside and had some really good looks in there and spread some things out a little bit for us.
I know you probably haven't had time to take a deep dive into South Carolina. I usually just ask what are the challenges, but I think the list is long with South Carolina. And the flip side of that, what does Tennessee need to do to keep that game, within range for Tennessee?
Yeah, you're right, Maria. I haven't. I 100% have been focused on Arkansas, and I have not watched South Carolina to scout them yet. But I do know that they are still really good on defense, and they statistically are even better on offense than they have been in years past. There are a few opinions out there in the women's basketball world that this could be one of her most talented teams. or one of her best teams. I don't know if most talented is the right one, but they're playing that well. So for us, you know, we have to be able to execute at a high level on the offensive end against a really tough defense. And then for us defensively, we're going to have to guard a lot of different things. You know, they share the ball, they can shoot the ball, they can get it inside. They have a lot of different weapons. So for us, being able to guard a lot of actions and a lot of different strengths is going to be important. And then we're going to have to be physical on the boards, much more physical than maybe we've been the last couple games.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.